right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our small contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Now, today we're going to do some light reading, picking up from where we left off yesterday. So let's dive right in. So now we can use the deploy favorites function in our test favorites.py file to deploy our contract. Note our script folder also has to have an init.py file in order for Python to recognize it as a module. If we didn't have that init.py file, we would get an error when trying to import the deploy favorites function. Now that we have our import, we should use the contract that is deployed from the deploy favorites function. Before we move forward, we would go back to the deploy.py file. Here we would notice that we are deploying a contract, but we are not getting anything in return from that function. So we need to modify the deploy favorites function to return the deployed contract. Here's how we can modify the deploy favorites function to return the deployed contract. We would say from src, our source, we want to import favorites, which is the file we want to import. Then we would say define deploy favorites function. Then you can see here we have favorites contract equals favorites.deploy function. Starting number equals favorites contract.retrieve. Then we have the print using F statement saying starting favorite number is. Then we're going to pass in a starting number variable, which is assigned to our favorites number. And you can see we go through all of the steps right here that we usually go through. And you can see here down at the last line, we have the return favorites contract. Now adding this will ensure that our script, once deployed, returns the contract that we're actually deploying, so we should be able to view it. Now, with that being said, we're going to leave it there. Like I said, we're going to go over this module piece by piece, step by step, since it is a read-only. We're going to take our time going over everything that we can. So with that being said, we're going to leave it there for now, and we're going to pick it back up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.